All right, so you've just finished building your new missed opportunities and you want to make sure that it's working correctly. I'll show you how we test these things here at the factory. So what I'm going to do is just go through all the inputs, make sure those are working, all the outputs, make sure those are working, and then test the switches and the button to make sure all the hardware is working the way it's supposed to. In order to do this, it's really helpful to have some kind of clock source. There's a source of a series of gates, some continuous voltage source, and then something that will make sound, in this case, envelope generator and a noise source patched to something where we can actually hear what's coming out. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take our clock source, patch it in here, and patch the output here to our source. And you can see that whenever the path is open between the input and the output will illuminate, and we're also getting some signal out of the output, which we can hear downstream. Sometimes the signal is gated, and when that happens, you'll see that the indicator light for the input goes on, but the indicator light for the output does not go on, so you can see the signal has been gated. It's been shut off. So I'm just going to go down each of the inputs and outputs and make sure they're working. This one looks like it's working fine. Also looking good. Let's check the third. And the last one. And again, in each of these cases, we're just checking to make sure that signal is coming into the input, the indicator light for the input is illuminating, and that the indicator light for the output is illuminating, and there's signal coming through the output whenever the signal is not gated by the module. So what I'm going to do now is just plug in the first input here and check if mist and match modes are working correctly, if the toggle down here can switch between them. So when I flip to mist mode, you can see that only one output is ever triggered at a time, even when the signal is normalized from one input to the next. And if I switch back to match mode, now multiple outputs can be triggered for a single signal here in the input. So now I'm going to test the density. So I'm going to take my continuous voltage source, plug that into density, and as I sweep this voltage down low, density goes low, the light goes off, and all of the gates are always closed. As I bring it back up, density LED illuminates, and you can see that all of the gates are open. So that's looking good. Now I'm going to test the reset input. Reset is a digital input, so it's only ever on or off. And as I bring this voltage up and down, you can see that seems to be working correctly. With reset high, the value of all the gates, open or closed, is frozen. It's stuck in place. And in this case, it looks like the first is open and the second is closed because no signal is coming here to the second. I can't see any signal here on the second output indicator. As I hit the reseed button, you'll see a different pattern here. So in this case, all are open. And here, well, the first one's closed and we don't know about the others, but in any case, we can see different patterns here by hitting this reseed button just a few times. And in that way, we can test both the reseed button and this and the reset input down here. So it looks like all the inputs are working, all the outputs are working, reset and density inputs are okay, the mismatch toggle works, and the reseed button seems to be working. Looks like a good module to me. It definitely passes the test, and hopefully your module passed as well. So enjoy your brand new module and take care.